Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon. First of all, I want to thank to the Third Beast Committee for giving us the opportunity to share our research under titled Test of Protective Activity Against Inflammations of Cingiber montanum rhizome isolate topically on bulb C strain mice exposed to UVB. Our team consists of me, Endang Dwi Wulansari from Stifar Yayasan Farmasi Semarang, Professor Subagus Wahyono, Professor Markaban. Both of them are from Faculty of Pharmacy UGM, and Dr. Sutarina Widyarini from Faculty of Veterinary UGM. Introductions. Sunlight is one of the causes of changes in skin conditions that lead to skin damage. Continuous UVB radiations can affect the structures of the skin, cause inflammations, and cause suppressions of the immune systems, which leads to the occurrence of skin cancer. Bangle, the local name of Cingiber montanum, is one of the Indonesian plants traditionally used for skin health. Bangle is the natural ingredient that has the potential to treat skin redness, which is one of the signs of inflammations. It is known that there are 4 signs of inflammations, namely redness or erythema, heat, swelling or udem, pain, and loss of functions. Phenylbutanoate and casominorin in Cingiber montanum reported to have antioxidant activity. That antioxidants are thought to play a role in providing photoprotective activity on the skin exposed to UVB radiations. As the research objective, the research was conducted in 2 stages. The first is isolations and identifications of the active compound isolates from Cingiber montanum rhizomes, and the second is the test of the protective activity against inflammatory of isolates in bulb C mice exposed to UVB. Methods. Extractions was carried out by remacerations using ethanol as solvent. The crude extract was followed by fractionations using enhanced ethanol water 28, 8, and 2 until the upper and lower layers were obtained. The installations of the active compound was carried out by vacuum liquid chromatography or VLC systems using enhanced ethyl acetate. The isolates obtained were identified by UV spectrophotometry, infrared spectrophotometry, its NMR and CNMR. A test of the protective activity against inflammations in vivo used a mice skin model exposed with UVB. In vivo activity test using 25 bulb C mice, which were divided into 5 test groups as a normal, UV, green base, isolate, and positive control. The positive control used 2.5% of hydrocortisone cream. Hair on the dorsals of mice is saved before testing. UVB radiation is given with a dose of 1 MED or minimum erythema dose for 3 days. The distance and time of UVB radiations are preconditions first. The protective activity against inflammations is known by measuring the average of thickness of the dorsal skin fold of mice by using a digital calipers at 48 hours after the first UVB radiations. And the data were analyzed statistically with SPSS statistic 23. And the results of the research from the results of extractions and fractionations so that the lower layer of PLC with the mobile phase of annexon and ethyl acetate obtained 14 fractions, and from the 8 fractions was obtained isolates. The result of the structures elucidations based on the UVB spectrum and then infrared spectra, the NMR spectra, the structures of the isolate compound can be predicted. The isolates were identified as an aromatic compound with hydroxyls and methoxyl groups. Test of the protections activity against inflammation so that the isolates can reduce inflammations by 66%, not significantly different from the positive control of hydrocortisone cream as 78.8% used. So it can be concluded that isolate can provide protections against inflammations. The conclusions of the research: the partial structures of the isolates was aromatic compounds with hydroxyls and methoxyl groups. In this study, an active compound was isolated from Zingiber montanum rhizomes, which has the potentials to provide protective activity against inflammations in mice skin models exposed to UVB, so that it can be developed into cosmetic preparations to reduce skin damage due to UV exposure. Thank you. For further discussions, you may email to endangdwi@stifar.ic.id. Thank you very much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.